Watertown City Council member Cliff Olney is asking a judge to end the ethics complaint process against him, saying that his constitutional rights were violated. Olney's lawyer filed a declaratory judgment proceeding in state Supreme Court against the city of Watertown, its ethics board, and city council. According to documents filed, just a few of Olney's claims that his right to due process was repeatedly violated are because he was not given a copy of the ethics complaint. He was not invited to attend the ethics board hearing or given enough notice to appear for a second hearing. The ethics board had 4 members instead of the required 5 members, and the chair of the ethics board, Stephen Jennings, was, quote, biased and had a conflict of interest because he, quote, lost a bitter and contentious city council race for re-election against council member Olney. Olney is represented by Stuart Weissman, an attorney with Cantarella Law Firm, that's of DeWitt near Syracuse. We'll have more details of this on our website, wwnytv.com.